This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
Hey, everybody. I'm Doug.
I am Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast.
That's right. We're back.
Yes, we are. Getting into May. It is beautiful. It's getting warm, but that's okay. That's okay.
I'm good with it.
I like it.
I like warm weather.
It is a little warm, but not too bad.
So tell me, will you take hot over cold?
Yes. Now, when I was younger, I would have said no.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was like, but as I've gotten older, and I don't like it like super hot. I guess it depends on what am I doing.
Are we talking about the extremes?
Well,
like
not extreme like negative 40 or 105, but maybe 90 to 100 versus
100 is
10
pushing it.
versus 10 to, or I don't know, freezing's 32, so 20 to 30.
If you're saying 100, I'd probably take 30 over 100.
90 to 100. It's going to be in there somewhere.
yeah, I'm gonna take the colder temps.
Which surprises me. I like warmer weather, but if once we get to like the upper, like the 100, it's a little much.
I'm sticking with hot.
Again, it depends on what am I doing. Am I just lounging around? Then okay, I can find somewhere cool. Do I have a pool? Am I at the beach, or am I sitting in Central Illinois?
You're at home,
Well,
and your grass
you're
is like
home.
way too long.
Yeah, and you got to go out and mow.
You're like
I don't
3
wanna
days
do
past
that.
mowing.
Then I'm going.
or
cold.
you got to go out and manually shovel.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still gonna
No,
take the
I got to
cold.
take mow. I can't do the manual shoveling anymore.
I'm gonna take the cold.
My shoulders,
I'm taking
my
heat.
knees.
I'm
could have a
cold-blooded.
grabber,
though.
and that's not even a joke anymore. I'm trying to get to that age where it's like, wow, I don't know. This is some wet, heavy
Yeah,
snow.
yeah.
Ugh.
You don't want to push that luck.
No.
Well,
you
the
don't.
2 days of like sunny and like 70 that we get here in Illinois, the beautiful days. We get like 2 of those a year.
Yeah, and I think we've already maybe used those up.
I think we're done for the
And
year,
those
so.
days, the wind is 45 miles an hour.
True.
With gusts of 60.
And this week we had storms coming out of the east, which is
weird. It usually always comes south, southwest. It's all over the place.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to jump right in. Hey, we are part of the Off the Tongue Podcast Network. Pardon me.
We got him choked up with all that heat and cold talk.
I got sick a month ago, and I'm still got a little bit of this cough and nagging scratchiness. So,
That's what living in the Midwest would do.
That's right. Allergens in the air. Yeah.
but Off the Tongue Podcast Network, there's other podcasts on there. The Greener Grass Podcast, Pint Pals, Skate Mansfield, the original Copycats, and a few other ones. Check them out as well and give them a listen. But we are going to start off. I've got a segment called Fast Food Fight Club, so we'll get into that. We're going to do a little, have you ever done something stupid that cost you money? Because I've got a story about a lady who did.
I have.
And then we'll do some Would You Rathers. I'm not sure how many we'll get to, but I've got several. We'll just see where we're at the end of this. So I guess I will take it away.
Yes. Take it away.
Take it away. So what prompted this whole thing is I saw a couple of stories. We've got a couple of fast food stories. In Fairfax County, McDonald's restricts dine-in to 21 and older after incidents of student violence. So at Fairfax, Virginia, McDonald's there has implemented a new restriction following alleged altercations involving students near and in the fast food restaurant. According to a sign posted outside, only customers over the age of 21 are now permitted to dine inside. The sign instructs that people over 21 must ring the doorbell to be allowed to enter.
Ding
by an
dong.
employee. This is located near a high school, so it says, it's a great thing. This is probably the first time in 5 years that I've sat down for 15 minutes in this McDonald's and enjoyed a hamburger, one customer said. So to get in this McDonald's, customers are greeted at the entrance, which all of them are locked with a sign saying you must be 21 to enter. Doorbell alerts the staff who will let you in, according to a spokesperson for the franchise student violence. For this franchise, student violence and disrespectful behavior erupts at least once a week, and staff and customers are sick of it. So that's the first one. They're implementing a 20. Now I don't know. Do they have a bouncer?
It's a rope. It's a rope situation.
Yeah.
You got to show your ID.
So our kids getting like fake ID so they can get into McDonald's.
The McDonald's.
Instead of buy
yeah.
booze, it's like I got to get to the McDonald's. Give me my fake ID.
And I imagine this being like little Timmy, the fast food, the drive-through guy. He gets bouncer duty today.
I think you'd want to have a big scary dude as bouncer at the McDonald's.
I don't think the McDonald's can pull it off with the
Or
the
you
intimidating
reinstate
guy.
Ronald McDonald, make him the
You know what?
bouncer.
That
a
could
clown.
Be, that could be.
you know.
That could be one. That could
Grimace.
be one.
He could be a
Grimace,
he could be a
yeah.
bouncer.
Mayor McCheese.
Hamburglar. You get all the characters and let them be the bouncers.
So that was the first one that
Wobble,
I came
wobble.
across. The second one says incorrect. Now this one, I'll see if you can. I don't know if you've read it or not. If you haven't read it,
I've not.
I'll have you guess. Incorrect fast food order sparks a fight at this Ohio fast food restaurant. What is the restaurant, do you think, where this occurred?
In Ohio?
Yeah.
My go-to would be McDonald's.
Yeah. I got to tell you, originally when I was putting my list, this one was probably way down on the list of restaurants I would have thought. And so it popped up. It kind of shocked me. I'm like, wow, okay.
I'll go with, how about a Panera?
See, my go-to, I said, was probably McDonald's, but I'm thinking maybe Wendy's.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
I would not have thought Dairy Queen.
What triggered the fight? Blizzards?
Well, an incorrect order. Police arrested a Wellsville man who's accused of assaulting an employee at East Liverpool Dairy Queen Wednesday evening. Police said the incident happened around 4:30. The man they identified as James Wicker, 52, hit a Dairy Queen employee in the face. Said employees and another customer tried to step in and de-escalate the situation. He became upset because his order was incorrect. Lane said Wicker was yelling about this before he even went behind the counter. Police were able to identify him through public posts on Facebook. So he was arraigned and charged with misdemeanor assault charges. But it doesn't say how they got his order incorrect. It just was incorrect. But Dairy Queen would not be one that I would think
Wouldn't be high on my list
that
of...
we had a brawl at fast food or a fight at a fast food restaurant. So that got me thinking, if you put together a list of fast food fight clubs, where are you going if you, let's say, Greg, you got to find a fight at a fast food restaurant. You got to come up with one. Who are you going to hit first? Who are you going to try? Who's your top pick? And we kind of talked about this before. Mine is the same as Mike's. Mine was the same as Mike's.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. I'm going to put McDonald's right up there next to him, though.
Okay.
It's got to be Popeyes.
I thought Popeyes originally.
No doubt in my mind.
When they
it's
run out of that
Popeyes.
chicken sandwich, people lose their mind. They lose their mind. Like, I want the chicken sandwich.
I think even on a normal day, Popeyes is slightly unhinged. Like anything can happen in a Popeyes at any given time.
Now let's
We
go.
need some stats on this to
We
determine.
do.
Maybe it's anecdotal, but anytime I can open up Twitter right now and probably scroll through a few pages and get a video
Get
of
a fight.
a fight at a Popeyes. Maybe it's anecdotal. I don't know, but I
Many
feel
times at McDonald's, I find it's drive-through related.
like a fight.
A fight. Oh, they'll pull
the
somebody
drive-thru?
through the window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those. You're right. They go through the drive-through and then they
The
throw
order's
something through
wrong.
it, or they come in waving a gun around because
Yeah.
they didn't. You know, that is where McDonald's usually get.
Yeah, the drive-through seems to be a problem there. A lot of anxiety there.
So I also. What about KFC? I don't think at KFC things, they never have chicken at all. They just don't have chicken.
Yeah, we have no food,
So people are mad. They're not going in. They just leave. They're just
all
mad.
the local ones closed because
Yeah.
they never have food.
Yeah. But, yeah, Popeyes would be one. Let's go the other direction. What would be the one you probably would not go to?
For a fight?
Yeah.
I probably would have said DQ, but I mean, I'm gonna go Culver's.
Culver's?
I'm going to go Chick-fil-A.
I would have thought
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
That's probably a good
That's
one
just
too.
my first thought. I thought In-N-Out, but we don't really have those around here. I know, and I don't know if Culver's is nationwide or if they're more regional.
They're
it's
getting to be
regional.
more nationwide.
Yeah, so
but-
I think Culver's, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, they're all kind of on that same tier of
Yeah.
you're pretty safe to not see a fight. But I think McDonald's would be a solid number 2. I mean,
yeah.
Popeyes and then McDonald's, it's right there. You're
Occasionally you get Taco Bell thrown into the mix.
See, I don't see a
occasionally.
lot of Taco
It's not a
Bell.
lot.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's is more like weird stuff, like
I
the
feel like
naked
Taco
guy
Bell's
coming
getting a
through the
lot of
drive-through.
stoners
Yeah.
coming in, and they're not really in the fighting mood.
A lot of what?
They
Stoners.
just, they got the
They're coming in for
munchies.
tacos.
They want the late night tacos. Just
some
some
churros.
yeah.
They're not really fighting. And I feel like Wendy's, they just don't have enough customer base to really get a good fight going.
No, I've seen a few in Wendy's,
Have ya?
but nothing to the level of Popeyes.
Like firsthand.
No,
Oh, okay.
online.
What about Burger King?
Yeah, Burger King is on my list.
I had them as like the number 3.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Possibility.
Yeah, I'd say it's right up there. I know even at our local one, there's been somebody pulling a gun at the drive-through. I mean,
Really?
yeah. It's been
What
a
does that get you?
couple years ago, a few years
Arrested.
ago.
I don't understand these people that do this kind of stuff. What do you think's going to happen? Besides, now you're going to jail, you're getting fined. Over what? A nasty burger and some cold fries? I mean, I don't know.
Your $10 meal at Burger King is not anywhere near worth the trouble
No.
of going to jail.
No.
Well, and first of all,
Now you might want to punch the king out. That might send you to jail.
it's like first of all, you're going to Burger King here. I mean, like this is halfway. This is more than halfway on you. You made the conscious decision to go to a Burger King. What
We
else?
went to a Burger King a couple weeks ago. I wanted a Whopper. I
we
wanted that
we go
flame
every
broil.
once in a while.
was
Honestly,
disappointed.
were you?
It was not great.
I can't even
It
tell
was
you the last
okay.
time I've been to.
We'll occasionally go.
It was okay. I got the fries, and I'm not a fan of their fries. The Whopper was fine.
Yeah.
The Whopper was what I expected.
Yeah, the Whopper's usually pretty
We
good.
get
We'll get a
tired of the
breakfast
same things,
sandwich
like,
there.
I kinda want- I
We'll
want
get a
one of
breakfast sandwich there. It's the croissant. It's not bad.
Do the flame broiled Whopper. I like that.
Plus, when I do it on Saturday mornings, I'll go get my breakfast croissant, and I get Mr. Haney waiting on me. Hi there. Do you want a sandwich?
Timely reference.
Yes. Green Acres.
Yes.
Back in
I got it.
in the 60s. Mike would have. Oh,
I have no idea.
You've never seen Green Acres?
Well, I've seen it. I just not enough apparently. Mr. Haney, he was creeping me out there for a second. I'm glad you clarified where this is coming from. Mr. Haney, I don't know. He's in cahoots with the king probably because
I think people might have thought at first you said Mr. Hansy.
that's kind of why.
What is Greg getting?
I'm not
He's
going
getting
to
the
Burger-
Whopper from Mr. Hansy. Yikes.
Well,
We got to try to de-escalate some of these fights.
At that point, I'm pulling my gun too with Mr. Hansy. At
He
the,
might pull your gun.
that's probably true.
All right, so we got our list. I've been kind of keeping track here. So if
Concealed carry only goes so far.
if we're talking, you want to go see a fight? We got. Here's our list. We got 7 restaurants. Popeyes number 1. McDonald's is a solid number 2. I got Burger King 3 and Wendy's 4. You could probably flip flop those. I only go with Burger King because I feel like it has more customer base. I feel like Wendy's is a little light on that. You still get it.
I'm going to give Burger King the number 3 because the commercials infuriate me, and they already put me in a bad mood. And I hear that, and I'm like, I hate these commercials.
Yeah, I got them at number 3 as well. So unless Greg, I don't know if you have heart. I put Wendy's at 4.
I think those are fine.
I got Dairy Queen at 5. Now I would have put them lower, but I found a couple of Dairy Queen stories where people are upset.
It's happened, so
What
they're on
about-
the list.
Have we considered a Hardee's yet? Or is it
Nobody's at Hardee's,
I was there. Do they fall into the trap of the
and they
Wendy's?
usually have one employee. They're doing everything.
Yeah, they're not good. I mean,
And then I got Taco Bell at 6, and then your Chick-fil-A / In-N-Out / Culver's. We'll throw them at 7. They're kind of all tied. That you're probably not going to see too much going on there.
last time I was at Hardee's was in Washington, and it was right around Halloween. And Lori and I walked in. No one was there, but they had 2 skeletons sitting at a table. And I thought, are these customers that didn't make it?
They've been waiting a long time.
What about Arby's? There's Arby's.
I like Arby's.
I like Arby's.
I
My
haven't-
wife is
I haven't
not a
gone to
fan.
Arby's
I
in a
like
while.
Arby's.
I don't know of
But is it
anybody
Fight
throwing
Club
down
conducive?
in there.
I don't know that I ever heard anybody. Well, they have the meats.
Uh,
So people don't want to fight around the meats.
The meats.
So that was it. But we brought up a couple that I want to talk about. These we were trying to, because we had to throw some out. that they weren't fast food. Mike, tell them that you're number one over Popeyes, and I would agree.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be Waffle House.
Waffle House, but I can't call that a fast food restaurant necessarily.
No, I don't think it is.
But if you wanted to see a brawl, here I'm going to throw these at you. So let's say you want to see a brawl. I mean, not just a disgruntled customer. I'm talking a Donnybrook, an all-out brawl. And you've got these three. Where are you going? We got Waffle House, Chuck E. Cheese, or Golden Corral. I think all three of them are a solid.
Those are all
very,
solid.
Very good possibility.
I'm still sticking with Waffle House.
I'm going in that order. Waffle
Yes.
House, the Chuck E. Cheese,
For
and
a
the Golden
brawl.
Corral. Yes.
Yes.
See, now, here's my thought. I have Golden Corral for a brawl, simply for this reason. I think you're going to see the fight at Waffle House. And Chuck E. Cheese, you have the kids, so sometimes you don't really. But the Golden Corral, you usually have big family go in there, get together. And that seems like there's always issues with China. You get like 40 people throwing down at the Golden Corral and going nuts.
It is a hot spot.
Now, you see a lot of that at Chuck E. Cheese, too. Where Waffle House, it's usually more like two or three people. Or sometimes you get the guy that's drunk that just goes behind and starts cooking up food for everybody, which is always fun.
The saddest of those is Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, you got, like Mike said, you got kids there playing, and people are throwing down.
I think if I wanted to see it's Waffle House. Waffle House has got to be the number one overall restaurant. I would go at it's got to be in the morning. Nobody goes in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's.
If you go after midnight, you're almost guaranteed to see a fight, multiple fights. Maybe, a topless woman throwing down on somebody, some dude that's cooking food behind that counter.
I saw
it doesn't work there.
Joe Rogan was narrating. He was at a Waffle House one time. He was sitting at the bench behind narrating the fights.
Oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, I have no problems with the 1, 2, and 3. Waffle House, Chuck E. Cheese, and the Golden Corral. But the Chuck E. Cheese is probably the saddest.
Yeah.
Because there's always kids and the parents. Like, what are you fighting over?
Who knows?
Tickets. Your kid stole the tickets. It's like, for what? For some stupid stuffed animal? You can go to Walmart. Nobody wants it.
Well, you
It's
for
junk.
have 50 for that stuff,
Well, you
for
do.
that,
You
so
do.
when you do lose your tickets.
Price. Okay. So, anyway, that was my fast food fight club.
Well, food related, I had have you guys seen stories lately that this trend of people have been dining and dashing? Happened in
I've
Chicago.
heard of people dining and dashing, but
It's been happening more often lately. There was a group of ladies in Chicago that they ran up a $212 bill and then took off from the restaurant. They had them on video and stuff. I don't know if they ever ended up catching them.
I feel if you catch those people, I think you got to bring the hammer down. I do not like the dine and dash. I don't.
I'm not pro dine and dash.
I mean, but I think you need to bring the hammer down harder than you do on some other things. Because I don't want just a slap on the wrist.
Well, yeah, because
No.
they let you eat before you pay.
I think you get a big fine, and then you're in there and you're doing dishes for like 6 months.
Yes, I agree. Well, undoubtedly, this has happened in East Peoria.
Yeah, I did see this
Locally,
story. Yeah.
there's dine and dash. It says family accused. Yeah, family accused of skipping bill. And then the restaurant decided they would make an example of this family, and they put them on Facebook and, told about them not paying. And then people commented on the Facebook,
Facebook, yeah.
saying one lady said that she hoped our family gets shot in a drive-by shooting.
Now that's a little extreme. I said I wanted punishment, but that's a little much.
Well, it all
rational.
turns out it was a misunderstanding.
I was going to say, and they totally should not have done this.
Yes,
because the restaurant was in the wrong.
Yes, the restaurant should not have made an example of his family.
And they defamed them.
Yes, they defamed. It turned out that their payment machine didn't process the payment correctly, but the family had a receipt, and they said, as far as we knew, we paid and went happily on our way. Well, the owner's son, I think, said, they looked suspicious. They, but like I said, then they put them,
or what?
yeah, they put their video on Facebook of them, and then the comments started, and
Yeah, I'm getting death threats now because you wrongly accused me of dine and dash. I'm suing you at that point. I don't care.
yeah,
Yeah, that could be bad.
What's
It's like
funny?
if you don't even know your own story in your restaurant,
Yeah.
put it on Facebook.
Check the
Let's
tape
put it on
first.
Facebook.
Check things out first before you start putting it on social media. And what's funny, it says the restaurant created a viral Facebook post. And when I read further down, I can't find it right now, but viral seems to be for this restaurant 200 people. That's about as viral as you're going to get in East Peoria, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, I'm getting death threats here by drive-by shooting.
Yeah, drive-by
Like,
shooting. Yeah, they said as soon as we walked in, our server came up and said we had issues with the QR code earlier, so she knew we had taken the time to pay it. So, anyways, it's a growing trend, I guess, in the country that people are dying and dashing. Well, then this poor family gets made an example of when they
I think
didn't
as
do
a
it.
business too, you got to really think about that because it's like, is that going to help your cause much? Because what if this happened? I don't know. I would be mad if they
see,
dine and dash.
If I'm
but
that
then-
family, I'm walking back in. I'm like, you're feeding us dinner tonight.
yeah,
It's on you.
Yeah,
maybe several times.
yeah. We get a gift certificate.
Yeah,
To a
but
different
I don't know.
restaurant.
I think you're better off just to write it off. Like, yeah, that stinks. But what are you going to do?
Nope, we must put it out on public opinion.
On
the court
the
of
Facebook.
the court of public opinion on the Facebook.
On the
yes.
Facebook. So, anyways, it wasn't a big deal, but it was food related, restaurant related. I thought.
Not that I've been to this restaurant, but I don't much feel like going ever to this restaurant now.
Yeah.
I don't really feel
I
like
think it's a Mexican restaurant.
patronizing them.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
All right. Well, we had the story of the guy in Ohio, terrorizing the Dairy Queen people.
yes.
We have another story from Ohio. A woman in Ohio crashed her car. So the police, were called there to investigate. A woman in Ohio crashed her car after she noticed there was a spider and tried to, in quotes, get it, according to authorities. Toledo police officers said they were called to the intersection of North Faring Boulevard and Brown Avenue on Saturday around 10:30 p.m. Vehicle crashed into the overhead rail bridge supporting beam. Police asked the 40-year-old woman what happened, to which she responded there was a spider in her car and she was trying to get it. The woman appeared to have broken her wrist, was taken to the hospital for treatment. Toledo police cited the driver for failure to control. So that was it. So she wrecks her car, broke her wrist, going to have a hospital bill now because she saw a spider and freaked out.
I've got to empathize with this woman a little bit. This is going to be another punch on my man card, but years ago, I had a spider terrorizing me in my car, and I did not wreck it, but I very easily could have. This thing, it was one of those little black furry spiders.
Oh, the jumping spider?
ones.
Yeah.
It would come out on my dash. Well, one particular time it came out, I'm driving, I can remember clear as day. I'm driving in front of the high school. See, I could have plowed into a group of students. I'm driving in front of the high school, and this little thing comes out on my dash. I'm leaning back in the seat, and I'm like, scared what he's going to do. And then he jumps off the dash, and his web, he goes down, and he's by and it's like, I'm stopping the car.
You
pull
realize
over.
their fangs are not long enough to puncture human skin, right?
It's a spider. And this is when I worked at a detail shop. So I was sitting on a towel, so I didn't want to get my seats dirty. So I pulled the car over.
Which then you soiled the towel.
No,
I think you had that towel.
I pulled over, got my towel, found the spider, put the towel over him, and pummeled him.
Ooh, harsh.
Yes.
Poor spider.
Yes.
I have a story.
Terrorized me, though. Multiple days in a row, he came out on my dash and then went back.
This was years and years ago. My wife and I had just left church, took off. We was driving. I'm driving down the road.
It's a good place
We're
to
talking.
drive.
Well, you could not be on the road. We're talking, just enjoying our conversation and everything. The next thing I know, she has, and this I said we left church, so she has a dress shoe with like a little bit of a heel on it and stuff, and she is beating the fire out of the side of my head and neck. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, she's just wailing on me. I'm like, what? We weren't arguing. Nothing.
This sounds like a Tawny Katane story.
Well, She said, "There's a spider on your neck." I said, "Go, leave it alone. You're going to kill us. I would rather get bit by the spider." She was just beating the fire out of the side of my head with the shoe because she saw a spider. I never found the spider.
She punctures the
I don't
artery.
know that
She
there was.
punctures the artery in the side of Doug's
I
neck.
don't know
He
that there
bleeds
was.
out.
Yes, I know. I don't know that there was a spider. She said there was. Never found it. I had a concussion.
Well, she beat it into oblivion.
Yeah.
You're lucky it wasn't one of those little spike high heels. You'd been a dead man.
But yeah, I'm just driving. We're having next thing I know, I'm just plap, plap, plap. I'm like, what? What's happening?
So you got to tell me before the pummeling starts.
Well, no, yeah. I couldn't believe how fast she had her shoe off and just wailing on me. I got hit 3 times before I even knew what was going on. I was like,
Maybe you could tell me I can rectify the situation without being beat to a pulp.
Yes, I can run into
I
a
can
tree.
just grab hold of it and throw it out the window. Oh my gosh. So that's my story. It didn't cost us any money, but
Well, that's good.
Well, actually, can I do my story real quick and then maybe did you have one in this segment?
No, mine's
Okay.
related to another story.
Okay. So it's a bad day to be in Ohio, apparently.
Man, Ohio, the new
they're
Florida.
displacing Florida.
I know.
Look out, Florida. Here comes Ohio.
I thought this story had to be like a parody headline, but it wasn't. It says, video, pet raccoon, it's already off to a bad start.
Yes, it is.
Pet raccoon caught on camera sitting in driver's seat with glass meth pipe during traffic stop. I was like, wow, there's a lot going on in this story just from the headline. So the officers in Ohio recently found a raccoon sitting in the driver's seat holding a glass methamphetamine pipe during a traffic stop. The police pulled over 55-year-old Victoria Vidal because she had an active warrant and a suspended driver's license. She was arrested on several charges. Chewy, the pet raccoon, was not harmed, and police say notification was made to the property authorities to determine if she had the paperwork and documentation to own the raccoon. A traffic stop in Ohio took a turn when a pet raccoon named Chewy was sitting in the driver's seat with a meth pipe in its mouth during the traffic stop. So the police pulled him over and he's just hitting up his pipe. He's lighting up. He's like bubbling. He's hitting the pipe. The Springfield Township Police Department pulled over Vidal because she had an active warrant and a suspended driver's license. The officer detained Vidal without incident, but then noticed a raccoon named Chewy sitting in the driver's seat with a meth pipe in his mouth, and it's got a screenshot from the body cam footage.
Did you see the body cam footage?
Yes.
I did too.
It's insane.
The cop was dying.
Yeah. he's like basically just right off the steering wheel on the driver's seat. And
the woman kept trying to get the pipe. She's like, "You can't." He goes, "I don't want him smoking it."
It's like, that this raccoon, he's doing meth out of the pipe. It's like this raccoon has done meth before.
Poor raccoon.
Like he knows what he's doing. It was just insane. Officers, when searching the vehicle, found bulk amount of methamphetamines, crack cocaine, and 3 used glass meth pipes.
That's from the other raccoons that he had in the car earlier.
Yeah, his druggy buddies.
Yeah, his buddies.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
Well, out of all the animals in the animal kingdom, the raccoon would be the one. If you ask, I would say, yeah, that makes sense. I can see a raccoon doing meth.
That or a monkey.
Like a possum. Possums are chill. I couldn't see a possum do. I can see the raccoon.
I can
I can
does make
definitely
sense.
see the raccoon doing meth.
Yeah, I could see the raccoon.
Raccoons are probably like the trashiest of all
Monkeys
mammals.
are probably they're drinkers. I think they're mean. they're out there. They're getting after it. They know.
They do
The
drink.
raccoon is just a ne'er-do-well. Just like he's like a homeless animal. He's just like crashed out in the garbage.
Yeah.
doing meth, pooping everywhere.
They're breaking in places and
Yeah.
living in
With
garbage
the other
cans.
homeless dude. Look at each other, give each other the knowing nod. Hey, I got you.
Oh, his name's Chewy. Yeah, Chewy's definitely a crackhead, a meth head. He's scratching himself all the time and thinks he's got the bugs. Needs a fix.
All right. So did you have anything else?
No, I mean, do you want me to go after you tell the story of the stupid spending?
Well, we just did. The woman crashed her car.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then I've got...
You were telling me, and for a minute I was like, wow, I don't know what other story I had.
Yeah.
I,
Yes.
yes.
The
Sorry, that's why I was asking
stupid
you.
spending. Yeah, the stupid spending. Have you done something stupid that cost you money?
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
trying to think if there's other things. While you're telling yours, I'm still trying to. I mean, I'm sure there are, but none that are entertaining.
Well, mine was this week.
Okay.
So back in, I don't know, February or so, I bought tickets for Nate Bargatze concert
Oh, nice.
at the Civic Center here in
I've seen
town.
him. He's funny. He's good.
Yes,
A concert?
yes.
Is it? Wait,
They call it comedian. They call that
they call it a concert?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Comedy concert.
I thought that was just like stand up, like a stand up.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I mean, so
I knew him as a stand up comic. I didn't know he was like also a musician.
No, he's not a
He's
musician.
like he's serenading everybody for the night.
the
like,
Nate
wow,
Bargatze rock show.
Yeah,
No, it was just a comedy, stand up comedy concert. For that's what I've
now I
always
can't
called
get
them.
over it being called a concert. I'm just picturing.
Do you call them concerts?
In a venue like that, I do.
It's
If
an
a
arena,
big
yeah.
arena. But if I'm going to like a comedy club, I would say stand up. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah. I wouldn't say.
I don't know if that's.
It is. I mean, that is probably true. If it's an arena,
I don't know if that's correct. That would just be the way I do it.
I'm picturing all these comedians I know in my head just singing now instead of their stand up routine. Sorry, I got hung up on it.
No, that's
Sorry.
okay. So I bought tickets, and he had added a second show because the first one was selling really well.
Sorry, no, I got that in my head too. Maybe God sits up there. Mike's like, yes!
Well, I could only afford the tribute Nate Bargatze. I couldn't go to the real one. It was a different stand-up that was, doing his jokes.
Come from the land of violence. It's like, wow, I did not expect this. This came out of left field. It was good, but
Yeah. So anyways, I bought tickets.
Sorry, that just triggered a whole thing in my head now. So I'm done.
Yes. And I bought tickets, and there was another couple going to go with us, and we had back in March, we had given them their tickets. We said 7:00. We'll pick you up earlier. We can go eat some supper, and then we'll head over.
Nice.
So they said, well, we're going to be out of town at a thing, but we'll be home prior.
A
And
good time
we,
had by all.
yes. And we said, okay, just let us know when you're going to be back in town, and we'll pick you up and we'll go get supper. So they called. They said, well, we can be ready by 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I'm like, great, that'll be good. So we get to 4:30, 5 o'clock. I pull my tickets out of the cupboard, and I'm just scanning over them to see if there's any, because I'd bought them directly at the box office, and I just wanted to look at them, make sure there was no other special things on the tickets. And I'm looking over them, and this is like 4:45, and my time on my ticket is 3 p.m.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, crap, we missed the stinking concert. So we had to call the other couple, say, hey, look at your tickets.
But now they had the tickets. They should have looked. And they could have said,
We told
you
them
said 7, but the ticket says 3. Is that right?
They probably just didn't even look at them. Just, I mean, I may not. If somebody handed me the
I'm
tickets.
just saying, it's 90-10
I'm not
you.
passing any blame.
It's 90-10 you, but there's
No,
10%.
I'm not no blame.
There should be, though. I think that's just being fair.
And these were not cheap tickets. So you talk about spending money to do something stupid. Because I was lower bowl.
Oh.
I was so mad. Not only that, Lori was really mad. So did not help the weekend. And to cap it off, it was on my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes. What a day. What a great day. We did end up going out to supper with the other couple, and we had a good time. But
Good.
it did not. It ruined
Did
the
you
day.
tell some
though.
jokes or sang? I don't know. Depending.
Yeah, I told some Nate Bargatze jokes while we were at supper. I said, well, this will be the next best thing.
You sang Nate Bargatze's top 5 songs.
His greatest hits. Big old dumb eyes.
Oh, well, that stinks. That is.
It does stink, and it was stupid on my part.
I mean, I've done similar stuff. I'm trying to think, but yeah, you do something like that, you'll misread or mislook or something. Like
I just had to,
no.
I had to know when I bought them. I was getting for the earlier show because he added a show, and I don't think there were great tickets left for the first show or for the 7:00 show. So I had to know at one point there were 3:00 tickets, but I just shoved them in my counter for 2 months, and then when we gave them theirs, we just said, "Oh, it's 7:00." And so, so mad. So that's my stupid thing that cost me money. I've done many things stupid.
I have too.
But
Well, I mean, we can do a lot of unfunny stuff like, buying furniture 90 days same as cash.
and not
or 6
paying
months
within the
same
90
as
days.
cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, things like that. A new car when I probably should have just got a used car. Yeah, I've done a lot of those kind of dumb things. But they weren't funny. Nothing funny about it. So, Mike, any humorous stories
No, not that I can think
of losing money?
of. No.
Yeah, it was not good.
Well, if you want, I got half a dozen would you rathers. They might be quick. They might
Sure.
we'll start rolling through. If they take a while, we'll see how many we get through. We might
Sounds
get through
good.
all of them. We may not. The first one, I heard. Would you rather cry uncontrollably whenever you're sad? So if you get sad, you cry. You can't stop yourself from crying. You just cry. Or you scream uncontrollably when you're happy. And I mean, it's like the, oh my God. So, but we got to decide, how long are you crying and screaming for? Because it can't be it's got to be for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Like an hour
Oh,
minimum.
Wow, hour. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was going lower. That makes it a lot worse. So, would you rather cry whenever you're sad or scream? And it's obnoxiously screaming.
And obnoxious
But it's
crying.
but it's like a super cringy cry too.
Yeah.
Like a very
A lot of sobbing going.
yeah.
Do you want me to go first on this
Sure.
one or?
Go ahead.
Okay. I am going to pick scream when I'm happy. Part of that's because I try to hide a lot of my feelings anyway, so I don't want to know
What?
people know when I'm sad. And to be honest with you, in my life, I'm not happy very often. So this probably isn't going to. I'm just kidding. This would be unbearable. But I'd rather people know that I'm happy than I don't want people feeling sorry for me. I'm like, what's wrong with? Oh, look. At
I feel sorry for you.
But for other reasons, not because I'm crying and making a spectacle of myself. So I'm going scream. I went scream. That's me.
You want to go?
Yeah, I'm going with cry.
Woo, Mike's gonna cry.
Because like
Big boys don't cry.
if I'm sad, it's like I'm just going to lean into being sad. I guess I'm also not that sad all that often, so hopefully I just.
But you're going to bring everybody else down.
And that's fine because it's about time that people get
Don't
on
bring
my
me
level.
down.
That's right. If I'm not happy, nobody should be happy.
I
like it.
Oh, I
I
think
like to lean into it. I love it.
I think I would hate it more for me doing the happy screaming thing because then I'd just cry. I feel like it fits the mood better for me. Because
The
like
somber
most of
mood
the
that
time,
you're creating.
yeah, most of the time, like if I'm happy, I just I want to be. I don't want to be woo. I don't want to be doing that.
But
Like
what
when
if
I'm
you're
happy.
just sad about something and you start crying and now your wife's like, what are you crying? And maybe it's something not really, you don't want to talk about it, but now you're going to have to,
Because you're crying.
or you're going to have to lie. You got to tell her something because you're sobbing uncontrollably.
I lost all that money betting on table 6 at the Waffle House brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to cry.
All right.
I'm with Doug. I'm going scream.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm not
we
a
split the
I'm not a
room.
crier. And
Neither am I. I just want to put that out there.
and it would be way outside my character to do so. I don't know. I'm with Doug. I would rather people see me extremely happy.
Giddy and screaming
Yes.
with joy.
Yes. I'll pretend I'm at a Nate Bargatze concert and I'm laughing.
Well, you couldn't go to a stand-up show. You would be escorted out. An hour of that, of just you
Then I would be
screaming?
sad and I would cry.
Well, you're not
Well, then you
crying.
wouldn't cry.
I wouldn't cry.
No.
Just
So you could go to sad stuff, but then you couldn't go to like a stand-up or anything. That'd be tough.
well, I'm going happy.
All right.
Instead of going to comedians, you're going to like the sad mime clown shows.
A lot of
Sitting there
funerals.
stone face. Nothing. Everybody's crying. Goes like, you gonna eat all your popcorn? Do you not feel?
No.
You need to cry. All
Come
right.
on, let it out.
Yeah, let it out. Okay. Would you rather forget your wife's birthday or your anniversary every year?
Hold
Every
it.
year.
Both or every
One,
year?
It's one. So you're going to either every year you're going to forget her birthday.
Oh, every
or
year.
every year you're going to forget your anniversary.
Well, this is big trouble.
This one is a no-win.
I'll shoot myself in the foot first. I'm going birthday. I feel like the anniversary is a much worse date to forget because the anniversary is an event that's coming off collectively, one of the biggest events of both of your lives. And if you're forgetting at least that part too, I feel like that's extra bad of a look on you than the birthday. Now, forgetting the birthday doesn't look good either because that's also, that's a very important date. But the anniversary for your wedding is like one of the biggest things
birthday.
in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, birthday. So I feel like it looks worse forgetting the anniversary because, again, the wedding, the date that you got married should be one of the biggest things of your life. So I feel like that holds more weight collectively for you as a spouse than it does her birthday, if that makes sense. I don't know if I conveyed my logic very well. Or not,
Yeah,
but-
no, that's good. It's a tough one.
It is. There's no winner in this.
No.
There never usually is.
Oh. No.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be Would You Rather.
See, it's not, as long as we've been married, sometimes I feel like regular non-big anniversaries kind of fly under the radar anyways, a little bit. We always acknowledge them, go out for dinner or something probably. But I don't feel like her birthday is probably quite as important to her as probably our anniversary is. I'm going with Mike. I'm going anniversary. Because like you said, it's both of us. It's acknowledging when we got married. It's, I'm going anniversary.
Wow. We're going with the trifecta. I also said birthday. My thought on that is she's going to be disappointed. But with the birthday, there's usually other people, like if you have kids or parents or in-laws or somebody. The anniversary, a lot of times, it's just you and her. It's like there's not as much fanfare for a lot of the anniversaries. So I feel like I don't want to forget that one.
Yeah, most people with us just say, again?
Or really? You're still doing that thing? Wow. All right. Good for you. Wow. She stuck through another year. That's all right.
Plus, if I forget the birthday, I don't have to get like gym memberships or ink pens
Lori's
with
probably
names.
hoping you'll forget the birthday. Oh, geez, I hope Greg will forget my birthday this year. All right, Greg, this will be your turn to go first.
Oh, good.
No, not good. Would you rather go, and this is, let's say, for the rest of your life. Well, let me read this thing, and I'll let you decide. Is it a one-time deal? Is it a month, or is it for the rest of your life? Would you rather go shopping in your underwear or to the beach nude?
Oh.
So we got to try. Yeah. So is this a one-time deal?
So let's do maybe like for a week that you would be on vacation. So like for a week. Well, no, I don't know. This is weird. We gotta think about this one. It can't be for the rest of your life because I'm doing one way more than the other.
Right.
Well, let's say you're going to do them both equally.
That's true. Okay, well, we'll lay that out there. Yeah, then I'd
For
say
whatever it is.
I'd say for the rest of your life.
For the rest of
the
your
rest of your life, what? Every time you go to the beach or every time you go shopping?
Yes.
Yes.
I got to go underwear. I'm not going nude to the beach. Now, is there any stipulation on what underwear we're wearing? Can they be boxers or they got to be tighty-whities?
I'd say you got to know their underwear. You can't have like boxer briefs that look like some shorts.
I think it needs to go like to the extreme almost. I think
If you're going to be naked at the beach,
Yeah.
you can't have like, you're not wearing, 1870s red long john underwear with a flap in the back.
I like that.
It's like you gotta. No,
That's what I wear now.
you gotta update them. Okay, so Greg took shopping.
I think you got to go like with the thong. You got to make it really just uncomfortable if you're going with that option. It's got to be lacy too.
Lacy.
Well, now
what do you think I'm wearing?
I like how after
What
Greg
are you
makes his
wearing?
decision, Mike throws all these qualifiers in.
Lacy.
I'm doing the underwear. All right, well, you can't have regular ones. They got to be lacy thongs. Like, wait a minute. I've already made my decision. These are the rules.
It's got to be super uncomfortable because it's like
It has to be uncomfortable.
it.
I would agree with that. Now, I'm not saying lazy, but
Because one is like the ultimate uncomfortable, and the other one you can't just get away with. Like, yeah, you know, I mean, you got to look cartoonish almost.
I'm
with
still
your
going.
underwear.
I'm still going shopping. I want coverage, at least some.
all right, well, it's my turn. So
I don't want things dangling in the water and sharks biting them. And
I'm going beach.
are you?
I am going
You're going
beach.
nude to the beach.
Here's my thought. There are a lot of beaches, and a lot of times. No, we didn't. No, Mike.
This is not a nude beach.
No, well, I didn't say that. It could be, but I didn't say that. That doesn't make it better.
Well, at least you got other people.
I'm still naked.
Well, I know.
That's the part I don't like. I
hopefully.
don't want to be. Yeah, so I don't mind things dangling around the shark. No, no, I'm taking the beach because maybe
my gosh.
it's not as crowded. So I'd still go. There's still people there.
Have you been to some
I
beaches?
have been. So I've been to beaches.
Because if
Here's
the
another thing.
underwear have to be uncomfortable, the
Yes.
beach has got to
But
be crowded.
here's another thing. A lot of people, their bathing suits are already pretty skimpy. So I got to get in shape. That's number one. Because I got to get fast. I got to be running around. I can run to the water. I can run back. So there's that. Is that guy naked? I think he was naked. But if you're at the store, everybody else is completely clothed. You're going to stand out like really bad. At least at the beach. You
I
know,
think if you're naked, you're still going to stand
you got
out.
the dude in his thong. You got the girls in their string bikini. So they're pretty close already. So
And they're all going to be laughing.
they probably are. And I'll just, hey, go ahead and laugh it up. I'll probably be screaming with joy because I'll be doing that. Say I can go get in the water. I can lay on my stomach, dig a hole, lay on my stomach, and get up, run to the car. It's not going to be fun. I don't want to do it. I'm just trying to think, where can I blend in better? I think you're going to stick out a lot worse.
Really
at the
sandy
shopping.
cheeks.
Doug's laying on his stomach. His backside's so exposed to the world. People come, oh, look, a bike rack.
Oh, and at the store, you might run into your grandkids. Right, okay. You know, you can run into the PTA people, your kid's teacher. Hi, Mike. Well, oh, my gosh. So I can keep my hands in front of me at least. It's not going to be good. It's horrible. This is a horrible, horrible question. I hate it, but it's what it is. And so I'm trying to pick the less evil. For me. Everybody else probably wishes I would have underwear on, but that's too bad.
Please,
They might pitch in and
for the
get
love
me a
of
big towel.
humanity.
I'll wear it like a cape and run through the water. All right, Mike. Where are you going?
Well, so I
With your lacy thong.
I was like, the punishment, or not punishment, the thing should be like you just walk into some lingerie store and you have to, whatever they give you off the rack.
That was not stipulated.
I know. But I thought about it. So I was going to do the grocery store because at least I was thinking your logic too, where at least I have something there. But then I think I could get away with it a little bit better at the beach.
You can have a cart in front of you.
I think what I may do is I'm
You
just
can
going
see through those cards, Greg.
Not if you fill it good enough.
I think what
I'm not
gonna
buying
do,
any of this. This is
I'll quite literally bum rush the water when I get there, jump into the ocean, or I'll get an umbrella at the
You
beach.
gotta remember
and
that
just-
water's cold.
That water's really cold. The water's pretty cold. I know. I think I can hide like what you said, Doug. I think I can hide it a little bit better at the beach.
That was my only thought. I might blend in a little better.
And then maybe after a while I'll be tan enough that I won't be a white pasty abomination walking
I'm getting
around.
older. As I get older, I get hairier. Pretty soon, I'll just have like a hair suit. Everybody just threw up.
blah.
But that's all right.
Oh.
I'm picking up a lot of clothing off the clothing rack and looking at it. Holding it in front. Oh, look at that.
All right.
When you get to the checkout, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I don't
Run
need
out.
it.
All right. I got we got two more, so we'll knock these out. Would you rather never wear underwear again or never wear socks? Now, Greg, you better pick the socks because you're gonna have a hard time at the store. No, so I guess I will go first. So we got underwear or socks.
Never wear underwear or never wear socks.
Yes.
See,
and this is for everything you do. So that's the problem. Like, if I go out and mow, it's like, I don't know. I can't wear like work boots and no socks, man. It's just, I don't know.
so you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick never wear underwear again. I'm gonna say no underwear.
Well, you're already at the beach without them, so
What would Kramer say? I'm out there like a naked nature boy or whatever. I'm going underwear. I feel like you still got pants, you still got shorts, fine, but neither one is comfortable to me. I want both, but if I got to pick one, I'm going to say I'm not going to wear underwear.
See, I hate my bare feet. I hate anybody's bare feet most of the time. So this is going to be tough.
commando or
I
commando
guess
feet.
Gosh darn it. I guess I'm... No.
What a dilemma.
This is harder than the beach one to me, I think. I'm just... Okay, I'll go with no underwear.
You're not going to have socks on at the beach either.
I know.
Okay.
But at least that's natural there.
Well, you could wear socks at the beach.
No, you're naked.
Well, you're completely naked at the beach.
Oh, it was naked. That's
Yes.
right. You couldn't have socks on.
But
No.
well, you don't want people seeing your naked feet.
I don't
I'd
want...
rather see everything else, but not his feet.
I don't want to see my own feet. I hate feet.
We'll make an addendum. Mike can wear socks at the nude beach.
Or Crocs.
Oh,
Okay, no.
I'd rather go naked than
yeah.
if you threw Crocs. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm going with no underwear.
This one's so easy for me. Socks. There's times I mow with no socks in my tennis shoes.
I can't do that. I cannot do that.
I can easily not wear socks. It's
I don't like that at all. Not at all.
yes, that one is not a hard one at all.
All right.
I'm
well,
trying to think when it would be really inconvenient to not have socks on.
When
All
you
the
hate,
time.
When you hate feet. The sight of your own feet.
I wear socks at home most of the
Yes.
time.
All the
I mean,
time.
Sometimes
I'm wearing
right after
socks,
the shower,
but-
I won't have them on. Or you got to air your feet out once in a while, so you get that. But most of the time, I have socks on, even at home.
Yeah, I mean, I do most of the time, but not always.
Okay, this next one I think is the hardest question for me. Would you rather make your wife happy with a white lie or brutally tell the truth?
So making
the-
her happy?
Yeah, for the rest of your life, you tell. But let's say they find out, like if they ask about, does this look? But other people are going to tell them. So because you can't. That's all this has. But you got to make it. It can't just be that you lie or tell the truth. You know what I mean? Let's say they say, does this shirt look good or does this? And it doesn't. But you just say, oh yeah, no, it looks good. And then they go to work. And then their friends are going to be brutally honest with them. They're going to be like, why did you tell me this looked good if it didn't? But if you tell them, if you're brutally honest, that's going to be, I don't know. I don't know where you're going.
Well, my own first.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, I'm just going with how I normally do things. I'm telling the truth, like regardless. So I think that one is like my equivalent of Greg's sock question.
Just easy.
Honesty. It's not, well, I guess it's not. Telling the truth isn't always easy.
No.
But this choice for me, I guess, is easy. I'd rather not lie and then have to spin a story or whatever. I'd rather just say, and it's easier that way, just to say the truth.
It's a tough one because when a white lie,
Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
can
the big things like,
yeah, I mean, I could see you don't want to hurt someone's feelings or you don't, things like that.
I think from what I was saying is the repercussions with a lie probably wouldn't. They'd be worse than just if you had just said If you had been honest, more
Probably
straight
true.
up.
So if she just got her hair cut and it's not your favorite style, you would say not digging it, not.
No, I would probably say, that's not my favorite haircut. But
I
again,
guess, do you want your wife mad now or do you want her mad later? That's what we're getting down with.
I'm taking it up front.
No, and I'm trying to be better, even with things like that, like haircuts or whatever, certain, just clothes, whatever. I think there's ways you can not lie and tactfully say what you want to say. And I think, she would rather I do that.
So you're doing the truth?
Yes.
All right. Well, that one wasn't as hard as I thought because I did the same with I'm telling the truth. But I adopted that years ago where I just been brutally honest with my wife. I do that to my mom. I do that with other people. Say, you want to do something? And if I don't want to do it anymore, I just say, and in a polite way, it's like, no, I'm good. Thanks, though. I appreciate the offer. She's like, but then I feel bad. I said, then go do that thing you don't want to do. Or not. But I'm not going. I already told them I wasn't going. She can't do that because my wife is a nice, loving person. And I'm a horrible human being, I guess.
For the third time this week, no, I'm not going to the beach anymore. I'm done going to the beach.
I know everybody is wanting me to go. I get it. I am sunburnt. I'm not putting on any more sunscreen. We're out. All right, so we all had the truth. So that one wasn't as bad. Good. I'm glad. Because I agree with Mike. I'd much rather have her mad just for being honest than, I think they would, people tend to be, at least I would, or my wife, rightly so, are more angry that you lied than tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because they're mad that you didn't tell them the truth and that it's wrong. So there's two things they're upset about instead of just the one.
Right.
So. All right. Anything else? That was the last. That wrapped it up for me.
No, I think that should be good.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into the show. We do appreciate it. Check out all of our social media, Instagram, X, Facebook, YouTube. We throw other things out there. Make sure you hit the share, the subscribe, the like. Give us a 5-star rating. Write us a review. Send us a DM. Slide into our DMs. Love it. And we hope you're tuning in 7 days. We'll catch you at the beach. We'll see you in 7 days. See ya.
Later.
Peace.